So, welcome to my live, and I'm going to talk. Hi, I'm back on the live, and tonight I'm going to give you a full-time match analysis. And unfortunately, Fleetwood won 2-1 in the Papa John's group stage. Really tough result to. Really tough result to I just don't know. I don't know what happened. We were bossing the game in that first half. We bossed that game in the first half. Sunderland. We were all over them. We were creating chances. We hit the bar twice. Jack Diamond was brilliant in that midfield. Dobson was good as well, solid in that midfield. And we looked really, really solid. Hard one to take. Very, very hard one to take. Yes, that's two losses on the bounce now. Yes, not very good. Not feeling very good tonight. We still haven't beaten Fleetwood yet. We still have not beaten them yet. So it's really been poor tonight. Whatever Joey Barton said in that halftime team talk to Fleetwood, it must have worked. It must have worked because in the second half, Fleetwood came out like a different team. Sunderland started slow in that second half, and Fleetwood pounced on Sunderland's mistakes in that second half, and then they took the chances, and they've won 2-1 at Highbury Park. Oh dear. We haven't won the group. Fleetwood have won the group. Top the group with 9 points, Sunderland with 6 points. And yes, it's been a very disappointing night as a Sunderland fan. There was so much, the first half time, there was so much, good things to, there was, I don't know. And that first half, it's just like there were so many positives to take from that first half, so many good performances from the young ones. But unfortunately, we had 3 players injured in that first half that had to come off. And obviously that wouldn't have helped. But in that first half, there were so many positives to take, so many positives. And I just don't know I don't know what's happened in that second half. We've just crumbled to shreds. And Fleetwood, if somehow in that team talk at half time have come out a different team and they've beaten Sunderland 2-1. So yes, a really disappointing result overall. Really disappointing result, but hopefully we'll bounce back. We'll bounce back from this, and hopefully on Saturday in the league against MK Dons, we will get back to winning ways, and that's the most important thing, to win your league games. I know it's disappointing because it's Sunderland. We want to win every game, and especially when we win a 1-0 at half time, you expect us to see on and win the game. But it's Sunderland. They struggle to do that sometimes. They need to work on that. See the game out. And yes, it's been very poor, and so we have to just forget about this game and it's been a horrible week. I mean, we got knocked out the first round of the FA Cup against Mansfield Town, which wasn't great. Honestly, it wasn't great. And obviously we got beat tonight against Fleetwood in the Papa John's Trophy. So, it's not great. But, I'm Sunderland till I die, and I'll always will be. And I'll be Sunderland till I die through thick and thin. And so, yes, I believe in them. I believe they'll bounce back from this loss, and they'll improve on Saturday. And I am very, very hopeful that Sunderland will get the 3 points against MK Dons at home. But so it hasn't been a great night as a Sunderland fan. But the positives is that all the young ones were out. Phil Parkinson played all the young ones, and they looked very, very good. Some talent in there. A very, very positive. That's good for Sunderland. Having a lot of young ones that have got a lot of talent. good for the future, and bringing in younger ones, and and they played really well in that first half. All the young ones, really confident. Yeah, Sunderland first half really incredible. I mean, we were all over Fleetwood. We hit the bar twice. We should have been really 3-0 up in that first half, but Sunderland didn't take the chances, and Fleetwood did, unfortunately, and that's what wins you games. If you take your chances, you win games. If you don't, you lose games, and unfortunately, Sunderland have had that problem where we've created so many chances and we haven't taken them, and that's why we haven't scored many goals this season. And we could have in this season we could have scored 5 goals in most games because we've created so many chances in every game. If we had a striker that was banging form, we would probably win about 5-0 every week. But Sunderland have always had that problem. They've struggled to see out games. They've struggled to score more than 1 goal in a game. They've struggled to see out the game. And that's why Sunderland have only been winning 1-0, 2-0. And to be fair with you, it's not been great from Sunderland. The performances, it hasn't been great. I mean, we've played some games where, yes, we've rode our luck against Ipswich, where we had a penalty at the end to win the game. Was it a penalty? Question about that, but we won the game. But very unlucky, Ipswich were all over us. So yes, that could be a different outcome. So we haven't dominated every game in League One. We have rode our luck at times, but it's just grinding those results, getting those results, and getting promotion. That's all Sunderland have to concentrate on now is promotion, because we cannot stay. Oh, thank you very much, Jamie Mix. Thank you very much, and welcome into the stream. Thank you very much for that. Yes, so all we have to do now is focus on promotion and get back up into the Championship. And we cannot, I can't stress this enough, we cannot stay in League One for another season. Wise, we are finished, because it's just Sunderland. So it's Sunderland. Sunderland used to be a big Premier League club. I mean, it's unbelievable. We used to play. We beat Chelsea. We beat Manchester City. Playing all these big clubs a couple of years ago, being a Premier League team, and I know the fan base at Sunderland is unbelievable. The fan base at Sunderland is unbelievable. I agree with you, Jamie. I agree with you. And it's a shame, because Sunderland got such a good fan base, an incredible fan base, incredible support, week in, week out, League One fans. Oh, bro, well, welcome, Brogan. Welcome in. What was your thoughts on the game tonight? Obviously, we got beat 2-1 off Fleetwood. Obviously, it's heartbreaking, really. I know we were winning 1-0 at half time, and I thought we were going to win it. But what's your thoughts on the game, Brogan? If you watched it, I don't know whether you watched it or not. Yeah, Joe Clark is amazing at football. Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, it is shambles, mate. I mean, we were winning 1-0 at half time. We've got to see out. We've got to see out that win. We've got to see the game out. We cannot. I stress it enough. Sunderland, that's their problem. We cannot see out games. It's just, we need to sort this problem out, because in vital games, Sunderland have to take their chances, have to see out games, and most importantly, just win games. And obviously, clean sheets is a nice thing as well. Yeah, I hate Joey Barton. I can't stand him as well. Don't like Joey Barton. But whatever Joey Barton said in that halftime team talk, it worked for his boys, and they came out in the second half and proved to Sunderland that yes, they can play football and score goals. To be fair, Phil Parkinson, I do like Phil Parkinson. I really do. All these Sunderland fans, I don't know whether you agree with me, Rogan, but I like Phil Parkinson, and all these criticism that Phil Parkinson's getting, and they want him to be sacked and all this, and I just feel like Phil Parkinson needs backing up by Stuart Donald. He needs backing up. There's no good, you know, Yes, I would agree. Gary Monk would be a very good manager at Sunderland. Yes, I would agree. I think Gary Monk would be a very good replacement. Yes, yeah, Brogan. I would love that if Gary Monk came to Sunderland. Yes, I would love that appointment, but I don't think will happen because I just think I would love that to happen, but I know Sunderland should be in the Premier League, but unfortunately, we had an owner called Ellis Short who didn't care about the club, and he destroyed the club, and that's how we're in this position because Ellis Short didn't care about the club. He didn't care. He was never at the games. None of the Sunderland players ever saw him. The manager never even talked to him. Jack Ross never, ever, ever saw Ellis Short. Never talked to him, and he was never around the club. And he is the one that's destroyed Sunderland. And he's got Ellis Short's got to look at this and think, what have I done that Sunderland in the position now? But yes, Sunderland need to work on seeing out games, scoring more goals, and we have to, in the January transfer window, we have to get a new striker. We have to invest in a new striker. Brogan, I don't know whether you agree with me here, but we have to invest in another striker. I can't stress it enough. Will Grigg, shambolic. Will Grigg has been absolutely shambolic since day one he's come to the club. Will Grigg is effortless on the pitch. That's one. He doesn't work hard for the team. He is useless on the ball. I mean, to be fair, Sunderland don't. Will Grigg doesn't. Will Grigg doesn't like balls in the box. He likes to get the ball to his feet. But still, Will Grigg is shambles. And Charlie Wyke, I love Charlie Wyke. I really do love Charlie Wyke. I love Charlie Wyke. He's on fire this season. He's scored 5 goals. He's clinical. He holds up the ball really well. He works hard for the team. And Saturday, he came on and he was the best player for Sunderland, Charlie Wyke. He held up the ball. He tried to create chances. He got plays into the game. And I love Charlie Wyke. But Charlie Wyke needs help up front. He can't do it all on his own. If Charlie Wyke gets injured, who have you got? Who have Sunderland got up front? If Charlie Wyke gets injured, who have you got up front? Who can score goals? Grigg can't score goals. Grigg can't score goals. Danny Graham, a championship striker. He scored goals for Blackburn week in, week out, and he comes to Sunderland and he misses chances every single week. He misses from 2 yards and he cannot score a goal. He cannot score a goal, Danny Graham. He has been so poor this season, and I want him out. I don't care if we just bought him. Danny Graham is useless. So is Will Grigg. They can both leave the club. And in the January transfer window, I can't stress enough. Mate, to be fair, wow. Imagine if we signed Abraham Lacazette, mate. If we sign them, we would be like winning League One, the Championship, the Premier League, mate. We would be fine. We would have our team sorted. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But we need, in the January window, we need to get a striker that can come in for Sunderland. He's experienced, he's scored goals, and we need a striker to come in that experience, score goals week in, week out. And Sunderland have been missing that for so long. Since Jermaine Defoe left and Josh Maja, ever since Josh Maja left Sunderland in League One, ever since then, we haven't found a striker that can score goals week in, week out. If we kept Josh Maja, we would have gone up that season and we would have probably won League One because Josh Maja was scoring week in, week out. He was brilliant, unreal. And he is at Bordeaux. He's gone to Bordeaux, and Josh Maja is having the time of his life. And, John Marquis, hit and miss about him. I know he's moved to Portsmouth from Doncaster, and he's been playing really well for Portsmouth. But I would rather have Josh Maja any day of the week. Josh Maja over John Marquis, definitely. Josh Maja has got skill. He's fast on the ball. He's got skill. His finishing is unbelievable. So yes, I miss him loads. I really do miss him at Sunderland. But oh dear, this is painful. This is really painful. But Sunderland need backing. Stuart Donald is not the right owner for Sunderland. We need backing if we Sunderland want to get up in League One, like move out of League One. We need backing. Phil Parkinson needs backing. You know, he can only use what the players has got on the pitch. Phil Parkinson. He can't do anything else. He has 11 men, and he can only play 11 men and put 11 men on the pitch. You know, it's not Phil Parkinson's fault. You know, I hate all these fans criticising him, saying, oh, he's not the right man, sack him, he's terrible, his tactics are all wrong. But no, Phil Parkinson is a good manager. Take care, Brogan. Take care. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate that. Remember, subscribe if I'm not already. But Phil Parkinson is a good manager. He proved it when he was at Bolton. When he did the impossible, he got Bolton up like from League Two into League One, into the Championship, and he didn't have and he had the players that were not good, but he got the best out of them. And Phil Parkinson got backed at Bolton Wanderers, but he's not getting backed at Sunderland, and it really frustrates me. You know, Phil Parkinson is a really good manager, and it's really frustrating me a lot. What else I was going to say? Again, yes. So the January, we need to get a new striker in. We need to invest in a new striker. I can't stress it enough. White can't do it all on his own all the time. If White gets injured anytime, which I hope he doesn't, it'll be a big miss. But who's going to come in for him? Gray can't score for fun of his life. Danny Graham gets in good positions, but he misses from 2 yards. So we need a striker in January. I can't stress that enough. We need a striker that will score week in, week out to get us flying in the leagues. We can't just rely on White every single week to score the goals. Yes, I do agree with you, Jamie. Sunderland should have got promoted the first time running. I mean, Sunderland, you know, lost the few in the first season in League One. Sunderland lost the fewer games. We lost the fewer games out of the league, but we drawn most in the league. That's what kept us in League One, is because we drew. That's what stopped us getting promoted. We drew more than any other team in the league and lost few, but that's what kept us in league. That's what stopped us from getting promoted, and that was very disappointing. But, you know, I just hope that Sunderland can get back to winning ways in the league on Saturday against MK Dons. I'm going for a 2-0 win to Sunderland, and I hope that they improve on Saturday and get back to winning ways in the league. So yes. Yes, I know I miss the derbies. I really miss the derbies. But, you know, I'm saying this, you never know, Liam, mate. You never know, Sunderland could be in the Premier League sometime. I don't know when that might be. It could be like another 30 years' time. But Sunderland might be in the Premier League at some point if it can get out of the stupid League One. It's just consistency. Sunderland need consistency. We've struggled with that far too many times with consistency. That's what we need. And, you know, it's a shame because Sunderland, you know, it's just... Thank you very much, Jamie. Me too. I just hope that Saturday we get that early goal and see out the victory and get the 3 points on Saturday. That's all we need, is the 3 points. But if we're going to win on Saturday, we need to improve. We need to improve massively, and I mean it, massively need to improve, because Sunderland, honestly, on Saturday, we were absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Power and Dobson in midfield were terrible. Absolutely Terrible, shambolic power in Dobson were in that midfield against Mansfield Town. Absolutely shambolic. And you know what? But Phil Parkinson knows max power in Dobson, and that's the problem. Phil Parkinson plays Dobson and power, gives them chances. When they played poorly, he gives them another chance and another chance. But I tell you what, if there was other managers, they would have kicked them out because power in Dobson, that midfield, have been absolutely horrendous, giving the ball away too many times. It's just the passing's been awful. The creativity in midfield's been horrendous. And Charlie Wyke had to do it all on his own on Saturday. He had no backing whatsoever up front. And you know what? Callum McFadden was the only player that was the best player on that pitch with Charlie Wyke. All the rest of them were horrendous. Danny Graham missed from 2 yards. He missed sitters on Saturday. He missed sitters. Yeah, I can't believe Aston Villa beat Arsenal. But yes, I can't believe it. And but honestly, we cannot be getting beat off Fleetwood. We cannot be getting beat off Fleetwood. I mean, what's this all about? Half time, there was so many there was so much positivity around the club at half time. 1-0 up, solid, so many good performances from the youngsters in that first half. And what happened in the second half? Fleetwood scored 2 goals in the early second half. And I'm thinking, what the hell has happened? What the hell has happened? But you know what? Sunderland need to take their chances because in the first half, I'll tell you something, Sunderland had very, very good chances. We hit the bar twice, but we should have been 3-0 up in that first half, and that's the disappointment with Sunderland. If they take their chances more often, we would win more games rather than lose. I'll tell you that now. First half, Sunderland were excellent in that first half. That's the best performance I've seen a young side play in ages. You know what? Sunderland were unbelievable in that first half. Fleetwood couldn't get the ball. We were creating so many chances. It was just clicking everywhere on the pitch. I don't know what happened in that second half, but something went wrong in that second half. And we just went... Oh, honestly, it's a real... And terrible. I mean, there's no words to describe it. It's really sad. You know, I know it's only the Papa John's Trophy, but getting beat off Fleetwood when you're winning 1-0, you can't do that. You can't. You can't. Yes, I agree with you, Liam. As long as we win on Saturday against MK Dons and get the 3 points in the league, I'll be buzzing. It's just hard to take tonight because we were winning 1-0 in that first half. We played some unreal stuff in that first half. Really, really some good stuff. The best football I've seen someone play for a while, and it was all from the youngsters. And I thought we were unbelievable off the ball and on the ball, without the ball and with the ball. I thought our movements are really good in around Fleetwood's penalty area. We played some lovely stuff, and it's just sad. It really is sad. We haven't beaten Fleetwood yet in the league. We haven't beaten Fleetwood yet in the league. That can't happen. That can't happen. and it's frustrating me a lot. It really is frustrating me, and it's I I just feel like I don't know how I feel, but I'm feeling like I'm just feeling really sad. Not just for the players, it's just. I mean, it's just, to be fair, we did have all the youngsters out on the pitch. There was only one senior player that was on the pitch, was Jordan Willis. So you have to give credit to the youngsters. They were unbelievable tonight. So much talent coming through the ranks in Sunderland. They played really well, the youngsters. I was really, really impressed with them in that first half. And you know what? I thought the youngsters for Sunderland played better than the first team. I thought they were unbelievable. I thought everyone clicked together, and I thought it was just like watching a new Sunderland play in that first half. But we did have 300 players come off in that first half. We did have 300 players coming off, so maybe that affected it a bit. But it's just we still qualified. We've still qualified into knockout rounds. So there is a positivity there. We can still win the trophy. We've qualified. It's just that we didn't finish first. Fleetwood finished first with 9 points. Sunderland finished first with 6 points, but we still qualified and we can still win the trophy. So there is a bit of positivity there. So yeah, Liam, you're right there. You're absolutely right there, mate. You're absolutely right. It's just disappointing. It really is. You know. And you know what? I thought George Dobson was really good in this. Sorry, I can't get words out. I thought George Dobson was really good in midfield for Sunderland tonight. He's had so much criticism this season, and I've criticised him as well. But tonight, George Dobson, that midfield was unbelievable. He he was good on the ball, off the ball. He worked his socks off. He gave everything tonight. So yes, he's had so much criticism, but Dobson tonight was really, really good for Sunderland. I thought he was one of the best players on the pitch. So yes, so we both qualified tonight. So that's good. That's a positive you can take from the game. Yeah. So I'm a bit sad, but a bit happy as well because we go in and we've reached the knockouts in the tournament. So yes. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Sunderland have had 3 injuries in that first half. They did have 3 injuries in that first half, Sunderland. So you got to give them credit, and that could have affected them. So I can't be too harsh on them, So yes, yeah. So very pleased tonight that we've got through to the knockouts. It's just a disappointment that we couldn't get the 3 points. And but yeah, so I'm just disappointed about today about the result. But it's football, isn't it? And I just hope that Saturday we go into against MK Dons at home and just get the 3 points. Just get the 3 points. That's all it matters. We need to get promotion this season. We need to more than any other season. So yes. So yeah. So very important on Saturday. So yeah. So very. Do you know what? I'm very pleased with them. But the concerning thing about Sunderland is Mac. I've just heard it's just come out on the Sunderland website. Mac Fadizan has gone off injured in that game, and I hope it's not severe because Mick Fadizan has played really well since he's come at Sunderland. He's played really, really well. He's got talent. He's created chances on that wing. He's a really good player for Sunderland, and I hope it's not a long-term injury. I hope it isn't. So that's just the news that just came out today. So I hope it's not anything drastic. But yes, it is, Liam. You're right, and I know I'm criticising too much, and I shouldn't do, because that would have affected him in the second half. Because Phil Parkinson didn't have many players on the bench that he can bring on that have quality. So yeah, it was very difficult, Phil Parkinson, and I get that. And I just hope on Saturday we can win. That's all I'm hoping for. And to be fair, all of our first team didn't travel to Fleetwood, so hopefully we get the points on Saturday and get back to winning ways. So yes, yes. So yes. Any more questions or anything you want to put down? I'm going to stay on for another 15 minutes or 20, or depends. But yes, very disappointing. But again, the positive thing is we're through to the knockouts, and we can win a silverware this season. So yes, yeah. So that's a positive for us as well. So yeah, so very disappointing, but just get a move on from this game and move on for Saturday in the league, and hopefully we get the 3 points, and hopefully Charlie Wyke is going to be back in form again and scoring the goals for us, because no one else can score goals except from Charlie Wyke. So that we all have to rely on him now to score the goals. As I say, if he gets injured, Charlie Wyke, who's going to replace him to score the goals? Who's going to replace him to score the goals? As I say, Will Grigg is awful. Danny Graham's awful. In the January transfer window, we need to get a new striker, and I can't stress that enough. We need to get a new striker in the January transfer window. It's got experience and can score goals week in, week out. So yes. So yeah, it's very disappointing tonight, but take the positives and go on to Saturday, and hopefully we'll get the win. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to click that like button as well, and that would much appreciated a lot. Yeah, so really, really, really disappointing tonight, but I'm Sunderland till I die, and I'll always be Sunderland till I die, no matter what. I love the club, and I'll keep supporting them throughout the thick and thin. Whatever happens, I'll keep supporting them through ups and downs. And I know it's been tough for Sunderland fans these last couple of years, but we still support them. We still support them, and we back the players. We back them, and we've always got to back the players. That's very important for every single fan, to keep backing your players, and to give them confidence. And I'll always do that with the boys. I'll always back the boys up, and I love the club, and yes, it's a massive club. I know, you all know that it's a massive club, and I love the club, and it's sad that we're in League One, but what happened to Leeds? They went in League One and stayed in League One for like a couple of seasons, like 3 years, was it? Went the Championship, and we look where they are now in the Premier League, playing with the big boys again. So there's always going to be ups and downs in football, and hopefully Sunderland will finally get some, have some celebration time in the season, and we can look up instead of looking down. We can look up to the future. But the positive thing is we've got a lot of talented youngsters that played well tonight, so that's a positive as well for Phil Parkinson. Yeah, exactly, Liam, mate, exactly. And I will back Phil Parkinson up. I will have his back. I will have Phil Parkinson's back no matter what. I don't care what the other Sunderland fans say. Oh, Phil Parkinson's rubbish. Sack him. No, No. You don't need to sack Phil Parkinson. You need to get rid of Stuart Donald. That's who you need to get rid of, because Stuart Donald, I'm sick and tired of that bloke. He is not right to be an owner of this club. It's a massive club, and Stuart Donald shouldn't be the owner of this club, because you know why? Stuart Donald has not backed Phil Parkinson up. He has not given him any money to spend in the window. Phil Parkinson's only bought people from loan, and Phil Parkinson needs backing up from his owner, which he hasn't been having any backing up from Stuart Donald. Stuart Donald has not given him any backup whatsoever. He hasn't given him any money to spend to strengthen the squad. And do you know why Phil Parkinson gets criticised for? Because the way he plays defensive football, but there's nothing wrong with defensive football. As long as you score goals and you defend, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is at Sunderland is our owner. That's Stuart Donald. Stuart Donald can get out of our club, and I don't care if I don't care if people like him or dislike him. I don't like him, and I hope he goes, because he is not the right man to lead this club in the right direction. He is leading us back down again. He's not leading us back to where we want to be. He's putting us down the drain like Ellis Short did a few years ago, when Ellis Short, the exact same thing, didn't back the club, didn't give Jack Ross money, didn't care about the club. He was never around the club. And you need an owner who loves the club, who will support the club no matter what, and who will die for the club. He'll put all of his money into the club. That's the owner that we need. And we haven't had an owner for a very long time that has cared about the club. And you know what? Ellis Short was at sort of 10 years as an owner, and he not once spoke out that he loves Sunderland. You never saw him have an interview. You never saw him speak to Jack Ross. Jack Ross never met him. He never had a one-on-one conversation with him. And it's the exact same with Stuart Donald. He's sitting on his backside, doing absolutely nothing, sitting on his phone like this. Oh, Sunderland got beat off Fleetwood. Oh, yes. I wonder why Sunderland didn't beat Fleetwood for. Oh, yes. I wonder why Sunderland got beat off Portsmouth 3-1. Oh, I wonder why Sunderland drew against Bristol Rovers. Oh, I wonder why Sunderland didn't win this game. Is you know why, Stuart Donald? Is because you are absolutely useless. You are absolutely useless. If you want to be owner at Sunderland, you've got to support the club through thick and thin, and he is not doing that. You know why? Because Stuart Donald expected Sunderland to go up last season, and when Sunderland did go up last season, Stuart Donald gave up. He gave up with the club. He wanted to leave because he couldn't be bothered to stay at Sunderland and stay with them through thick and thin and try and get in the back of the league. Once Sunderland stayed in League One from this season, he wanted to leave. And you know why he wanted to leave? Because he doesn't care about the club. He does not care about the club. Phil Parkinson, our manager, he cares about the club because he wants to stay and get us promoted. And he always has positives. He always believes in the players, and that's what he needs as a manager. But Stuart Donald is not doing that. And I'm sorry for anyone on here, if I'm being too harsh on this, but Stuart Donald can leave right now. We need an owner that cares about the club, backs Phil Parkinson, brings money in, strengthens the squad, and get back us where we need to be, which is the Premier League. And we're not going to get back in the Premier League if we stick with Stuart Donald anymore. That's final, and I mean it. I'll get myself angry, and I'll get myself even more angry if I talk about it. Stuart Donald, you are useless. I don't want to say it because I was going to think, but he's a useless man, and he can leave. He can leave anytime he wants. We need backing. That's what we need. If we want to go up this season, we need backing of the club. If we want to move on the Championship, we need backing. We need money. We need money bringing in. If we get promoted to the Championship, we need money to come in and to strengthen the squad, because that's what you need, the Championship. You don't just go up in one season, the Championship, if you haven't strengthened your squad, you haven't backed up the club, and you haven't given money to the manager to spend and strengthen the squad. That's what Sunderland are missing, and that's what Sunderland have been like that for years and years and years, and that's why we are in this position we are in. Honestly, 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 when Stuart Donald came in the club, when he bought it, he was like, "Oh my god, this is a massive club. I'm going to give everything to Sunderland. I love this club. I'm going to get Sunderland back up to where they want to be." Well, Stuart Donald, I'm sorry, but 2 years later, we are still exactly where we are. We haven't improved. We are exactly where we are from when you took over at that club. We're not even better when we had no owner. We're not even better off having Stuart Donald at the club. We're not. We're not better off. We'd rather have no owner than have him at Sunderland Football Club. Honestly, it's making me angry, and it makes me angry all the time that Stuart Donald is still the owner at Sunderland. Yes, that's right, Liam. That's what I'm saying. Defensive football is nothing wrong with it. As long as you score and goal at the other end, keep them clean sheet as well. It's brilliant. And I hate that Sunderland fans are criticising Phil Parkinson. He's a good manager. He's done it with Bolton. He's got them up from League Two to League One to League One, the Championship. Phil Parkinson's been there and done it before. But Sunderland fans want a manager that can just get Sunderland up in the leagues, but that's not going to happen fast if you've got owner that's not going to bring money into the club. That's not going to happen if Stuart Donald doesn't give money to Phil Parkinson and backs him up and strengthens the squad. Whilst not going to get anywhere in the leagues, we're going to stay in League One and just be a mid-table League One side, and that's not good enough. Sunderland are a massive, massive club, and I keep saying the exactly same thing. Everybody who's a football fan and they see Sunderland in League One and they say, Sunderland in League One? Weren't they in the Premier League a couple years ago playing Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, blah, blah, blah. And they're thinking, League One? How has Sunderland got to League One? Do you know why Sunderland got to League One? It's because Ellis Short has driven us down the pud hole. He's driven us down in a mud hole, and he's stuck us there and left us in that hole. And he's left us in that hole to try and sort it out, and it's not been easy. And Ellis Short is the guy who's left us in this horrible state. And Stuart Donald has come in and he's just made it worse. He's made it worse. And I'm sorry, but bring William Story in. Just bring William Story in. He's one of the richest guys in the world. He will back Phil Parkinson. He will give money to Phil Parkinson. And he will strengthen the squad for Phil Parkinson. And that's what we need. That's what we need. And I cannot stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. And it's just, it's you know, oh God, what more can I say? What more can I say? I mean, I just don't know. I don't know, honestly. Oh, this is painful. This is very painful. Oh dear. Oh dear me. So everybody, thank you for coming on tonight. I know I'm not in the best of moods, but I've got to take some positivity. We're in the knockout stages. We're through, and we did have 3 players injured in that first half, so it wasn't easy for the boys. But as long as we win on Saturday, I'm gonna be over the moon. Just get the 3 points on Saturday, and I'll be happy. So we play MK Dons on Saturday at home. So I'm going for 2-0 win to Sunderland and Charlie White to score and Lyndon Gooch to score. So yes, thank you for all coming on tonight. It's really appreciate you all coming on. Any more questions? All right, Adam Fryer. All right, mate. How you doing? How is things going? How's things going? Oh, cheers, mate. Well, I'm not in the best of moods. Yes, I'm all right, mate. Sunderland did get beat tonight in the Papa John's Trophy against Fleetwood Town. We played unbelievable in that first half, and I thought we were unbelievable. We were a different side altogether, different Sunderland team, and they were all youngsters as well. A young set of talent in that team. Played some lovely stuff. We should have been 3-0 up in that first half, definitely. But we hit the bar twice, and the problems of Sunderland, again, we need to take our chances when they come. Maybe, mate, you're 100% right. Liam Moore. Liam Moore. I mean, you know, it's painful. It's painful. It really is painful. When you've got a name like Stuart Donald, it's painful. Stuart Donald, I mean, we don't hear anything about him. We never hear what he is doing behind that club. We never hear what Stuart Donald is doing. I don't know what he does. I do not know what he does. Phil Parkinson never mentions Stuart Donald. He never mentions Stuart Donald. He never says, "Oh, we are under good form. Stuart Donald's going to back us. He's going to back us, and that's really good. And I think we're moving in the right direction." Phil Parkinson has never said that. Yeah, but Mike Ashley, he's got money. But the thing is, Mike Ashley is Liam. He is greedy. He is a greedy man. If he gave Steve Bruce all that money, you could be a Premier League contender or a Champions League contender to get in the top four. But Mike Ashley is such a greedy bee that he owns all these stores in Metro: Flannels, Jack Wills, DW Sports, Sports Direct. And I don't go in them. I do not go in them. I won't buy anything from there because you can't get your money back, and because Mike Ashley owns it, and he's a greedy bee because he doesn't like to give his money away to people. And that's why it's the difference. The difference between Mike Ashley and Stuart Donald is Mike Ashley's got money, but he doesn't back the club. But Stuart Donald hasn't got money, but he's not trying his best to back the club and, to bring positivity to the club, and that's the difference. Okay, all the best, mate. All the best. Hope it goes well. Catch you later. Thanks for coming on. Thank you very much. All the best. But yes, I could scream right now because Stuart Donald is not one. Like Phil Parkinson's never mentioned about Stuart Donald in his interviews. He's never said, "Oh yes, Stuart Donald's backing us up. He's backing me up. He's backing the club up." He's never said that once. He's never once said that once, and that really makes me angry because what is Stuart Donald doing behind the scenes? What is Stuart Donald doing behind the scenes? What is he doing? What is he doing? Nothing. He's doing nothing, and what's good? What's good? That what's the use in that? What's good? How is that going to make us better? It's ridiculous. It honestly is ridiculous. So yes, I'm really angry about that owner. Not just the result. I'm really angry about with the owner we've got, and I hope we replace him sooner rather than later. Because honestly, right. 5 more minutes, and then I'll be going off for the night, and I'll be back with you tomorrow because I'm going to be back with a full-time analysis between Holland and Spain. So I'll be with you tomorrow night, and I'll be doing the full-time analysis between Holland and Spain. So come along, the same time, 8:30. But I'll be staying for another 5 minutes. So yes. But you know what? You know what? I love Phil Parkinson. I really do love Phil Parkinson. I think he's the right man for the job. I know some fans might disagree with me, but I think he's the right man, and he's done it with Bolton before. He's got them up in the Championship. He's the right man, I think, in this league. He just needs backing. He just needs backing from Stuart Donald. That's all. If he gets backing from Stuart Donald and we can strengthen the squad, Phil Sunderland and Phil Parkinson and everybody with the club will be in a better position. But Stuart Donald does not care one bit about the club. Not one bit. Not one bit. Do you know what? Bring in William Story. Why don't you just bring in William Story? And he's got money. He's the richest guy in the world. He will backfill Parkinson up. He'll bring money into the club, and he'll send us in the right direction. Just bring in William Story. I know, mate, that was so close as well to happening. That was so close as well to happening, but it fell through, didn't it, because of the pandemic? Very unfortunate that was. Very unfortunate. Wasn't it because of the pandemic? I know, because it was so close for going through, and then because of the pandemic, it fell through. That would have been some deal, like, if that happened. You would have been one of the richest clubs in the world. You would have been richer than Man City's owner. Unbelievable. So, yes. So, all I'm saying is, oh no, where's it gone? Oh no, where's it gone? Oh no. Do. So, yes, very disappointing. But yes, I'll be going another couple of minutes. Another 3 or 4 minutes, and I'll be going off for the night, and I'll be back tomorrow. Steve Bruce, he's a very good manager. I mean, I know I'm a Sunderland fan, and but I've got to say, with the players that Steve Bruce has got at Newcastle, what he's doing at Newcastle was unbelievable last season. The players that he was working with, and he kept Newcastle up, and you were mid-table, and he did an unbelievable job. He wasn't so good at Sunderland, but he's a Geordie, isn't he? So that's expected. See, look at that. Look at that. That's it. That just shows you that tells you everything. Sunderland is on my front screen. Look, Sunderland's on my front screen. That's because I love them. I love Sunderland, and I love the boys. I'll back them week in, week out, no matter what. And I'll always have their back, no matter what. So, yes. So, yes, remember, so tomorrow night, I'll be back 9:30 to do the analysis of the England and Holland game. Yes, yeah, Joe Linton's actually improved this season more. His hold-up plays better. His strength's better. His hold-up plays better. He just can't score goals. That's a downfall. You paid all that money for him, and he just can't score, which is very, very, it's a downfall. But what a signing! Newcastle bought Callum Wilson for 20 million, and what a signing that is! What a signing that is! Callum Wilson is an unbelievable striker, and Newcastle, to get him was a brilliant, brilliant signing for them. Yeah, do agree. Yeah, so what's the time? 10:30. I'll be probably in a bit. So any more? Agree. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. Much appreciate that. Much appreciated a lot. Thank you for liking my video, and thank you for coming on. Yes, same time tomorrow, Liam. 9:30. I will do the analysis of the Spain and Holland game. So come back on there, and yes. So I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you for coming on. Take care. So it's been a brilliant, brilliant evening. It's been a brilliant evening with you all. I hope you've enjoyed it. Listening to me being angry at some points, but so thank you for all coming on, and I much appreciate that a lot. Thank you everyone for liking my video, and thank you for everyone for coming on. And I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, 9:30. I'll be doing the full-time analysis, Spain and Holland. So you can all come on, and yes. So remember that 9:30 tomorrow night. Everyone take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow night. Thank you for all coming on. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for liking my video. You all take care, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you. Bye.